Welcome to the Jagoff Hour. I know I have a certain brand and I have to present a certain amount of energy, but check out the first episode back of the Jagoff Hour for what is it like leveling up your fighting ability through listening to me talk about how you work through the mental process. Come on, man, stop playing with me. Para de jugar conmigo. Stop playing with me in Spanish. And yeah, listen, great episode. And I almost forgot the big cat roar. The most important part. Does this sound real yet? Hi, hey, hello, how are you? ¿Qué paso contigo? Somebody, my cop. So welcome back. This is gonna be my first vlog slash podcast in a while, Crocodile. So if you're still here, jagging off, welcome back to the Jagoff Hour. If you're new, bienvenido a la Jagoff Hour. This is the first time I've ever done like a video Jagoff Hour, so it'll be pretty cool. Welcome to my room. Bienvenido a mi dormitorio. I'm working on my Spanish. I don't know if you can tell. But yeah, so, quick little update, I guess. I don't know how long this episode is gonna last. I have my computer plugged into a charger, but my main focus is I'm gonna start recording and uploading after my Wednesday night trainings. That's a great way to hold me accountable, because I really do want to do this. I really do want to spread some joy, whatever ways I can. Whether it's jagging off with friends, jagging off by myself, or jagging off on camera. Like right now, for the first time. You're lucky. I'm also going to be doing some journaling. So if you see me staring down at my book for a while, that's exactly what I'm doing. But yeah, Bom True Dom. They call me the Jaguar. And yeah, man, it's been a while. Crocodile. Lots of stuff has happened. Lots of people have came and gone. I lived through, we might have talked about it, like very briefly. Lived through a giant disaster, Hurricane Helene. It's like a year and a half ago now, which is crazy. It's probably similar to the last time I recorded a podcast. And even longer since I recorded a vlog. But fuck it. Do I have to bleep that? If I post it on YouTube, do I have to bleep that? I don't know. We're gonna play with it. We're gonna find out. The goal is still the same. Here, let me real quick make a quick cut. I'm gonna turn off my light. I guess I don't need to cut it. What is that? Oh, does that look better? Does that look? Oh, it does. Come on, stop playing with me. Para de jugar conmigo. I don't know. We're gonna play with it. Maybe we get a better camera to record on. We still need to get new mics. But yeah, lots of stuff has happened. Last time I did a podcast, I know I did one with Deuce forever ago, 2024 in like November, and then I didn't drop it for like 6 months. Since then, I have fought a few times, nothing super crazy. I've actually been a little more inactive than I wanted. February 2025, what a throwback. I got to fly for the first, not fly for the first time. I got to be flown somewhere for the first time. I fought for Prime Fight Promotions. They run out of Chicago, slash that Indiana, Illinois area. That whole area. I got to fight in Sherville in particular. And unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, The universe has never steered me wrong. And you might see like the screen getting brighter and darker and brighter and darker. My computer screen is, uh, it's a little iffy. Um, but I got humbled, which was crazy. I was saying I was gonna maul this dude, because I am the Jaguar. That's what I do. That's why I am who I am. But I didn't realize how good this guy was. I got outskilled in a 5 round fight, 5 3-minute rounds. It was my first time being flown somewhere. It was my first time fighting at 168, even though technically I fought at 169. I missed weight, and you can't miss weight for a champion fight. Um, so I wasn't eligible for the belt, and I had a really weird weight cut. That's another story for another time. Um, Long story short, I was a few moments away from winning a couple different times. It was a really good fight. Shout out him, Jeff something. Scoop de whoop. He was a really good guy. He gave me a piece of cheesecake after the fight. Um, he was elite. I got to taste that, and I haven't forgot it. I've grown a lot as a fighter since then. After that, I had to spend 6 months out because in my gym, if you miss weight, you don't get to fight for 6 months, which it's it's a weird situation. It's a very weird dichotomy because like my word for the year last year was professionalism, and then the first fight I had of the year, I wasn't a professional. I didn't show up on weight. Um, and then I couldn't fight for 6 months, and I had to do a lot of like self-discovery after that fight. Um, Decide if I really wanted to keep doing it. And obviously, I am the Jag. Obviously, I kept doing it. We are here now. It is March 26th. Oh, wow. It's late as shit. It's March 26th at 1:43 in the morning, a Thursday morning. Wednesday night training is always a little later. That's why I'm gonna commit to doing Wednesday night training because my mind's always running after training for hours. I usually don't get in bed till around 2. Tonight might be a little later than that. I don't know. We'll see. It will definitely be later than that. As um, yeah. So I fought Jeff. Um, he outskilled me. I'll give him that. He's a really good fighter. He's really elite, and that's the first time I think I've. No, it's probably the second time I fought somebody like that. Somebody that skilled and elite. I fought a Thai dude for my 5th fight. He had like 300 fights. He wasn't that good. I smashed him. My 6th fight, I fought this guy named. Shoot, what was his name? It sounded super cartoony. It was like Ronald Humphrey. He's gonna make a name for himself. I'm sure of that. He's very into MMA. He's trained MMA his whole life. Uh, I lost to him. It took 3 rounds, but then I got taken out. And that shit was crazy. It was the first time I'd ever like really lost, which was nuts. Had to do self-discovery after that. I went to Thailand. Uh, and then recap, right? Um, Jeff was really elite. I learned a lot from him. I'm very grateful for that fight and that opportunity. I thought I was just gonna walk up there, or I guess fly up there, maul some dude, and take his belt. Unfortunately, didn't work that way. Or fortunately, however you see it, because the universe has never steered me wrong through everything I've been through. I truly believe, like, I'm here for a reason. The universe keeps pointing me the right way, and I want to make an impact. I want to make some statements. Um, After that, I didn't fight for 6 months. I tried to find a couple fights, and then they ended up falling through. Shout out the universe, I guess. Everything happens when it's supposed to. I'm a staunch believer in that. But I ended up fighting for my belt again in November. But the promotion's completely changed. It's no longer Southeast Striking, so technically, nobody can ever take that title away from me. I'm the king of the Southeast, K1 kickboxing light heavyweight champ. Uh, but I ended up fighting a guy who was pretty good. He was really good too. His name's Vinny. Shout out Vinny, man. Really good guy as well. You don't make it far being a scumbag. So fighting usually weeds them out pretty fast, but there are outliers. Don't get me wrong. Not all fighters are good people, but in my experience, I've met a lot of really good people through fighting. Whether it's in the gym or out traveling, adventuring with my buddies. Um, Vinny took my belt. He took my title. Kind of grateful for that too, in a weird way. It really sucked at the time. Uh, it was I hesitated. I hesitated in some moments. Like he'd throw a kick and I'd block it, and then I'd just hesitate. That dude was dangerous. He was really good. He popped me early on. I think like round 1 or 2, he popped me. And my nose started bleeding, and then it was bleeding the whole fight. Uh, but it was a good fight, man. Shout out Vinny. Really good guy. Wish nothing but the best for him. I'm not really a kickboxer. I do Muay Thai. I just had the opportunity to fight a dude on 2 weeks' notice after the hurricane for a kickboxing belt, and I took his spirit. Shout out AK. He is now a Lululemon model and a great dad and a coach. He's still doing his thing, man. Still training little kids, man, making a huge impact in their lives. Shout out the limit lifters, right? um, but yeah, so Vinny was really good. I just hesitated, man, and I had some moments. My boxing was really sharp, but I hesitated. I think it was partially because I hadn't fought in 6 months, or shoot, November to February, in like 9 months, which is crazy. But everything happens for a reason. It felt like a burden got taken off my shoulders when I lost the belt, as weird as that sounds. Um, thought I had to fit a certain mold. I thought I had to represent myself as a kickboxing champ, and that shit is bullshit. It's just bullshit. Quite frankly, and if I have to bleep that, or if I get flagged for, I don't know. I don't care, really and honestly. I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing it for my memories. Um, I really enjoy listening back to these when I'm going through some stuff. Um, Shout out me. Shout out the everything, man. Shout out the universe. It really hurt to lose that fight. The whole year 2025, I just lost and I lost, and it was rough, man. I had to do some thinking again, and I had to reevaluate my strategy and my training, and I got invited to represent the US when Ascend went down to Mexico in the past February. Is this still? Yeah. And I very proud of my performance, man. I did everything I said I was going to. I made a huge statement. I will upload the clips to my Instagram, Justin the Jag, in a little bit. That guy was a pretty good guy too. Shout out Alan Martinez. He called himself the Kraken. Well, guess what, dude? The Jaguar goes hunting. He goes hunting in deep waters. He drags people into deep waters. And I got to drown the Kraken. I got to maul the Kraken. The proof is in the pudding. I have evidence. I'm not gonna go get it, but I have a US jacket. You'll see me wearing it at some point, maybe, if you're lucky. It was a cool experience. Me and my boys, we got to go down there together. Me, And my two of my best friends, Christian, the black sheep, La Oveja Negra, and one of my other best friends, Deuce Almighty. I've had him on the show a few times. I've had Christian on the show a couple times. They're all really great dudes. They've really helped me out. We really bring each other up and we make sure we're doing good. Really shout out them. Christian made a huge statement right before me. I think he was like fight number 4. And I was I was like 3 fights after him. So he was 4, I think I was 7. And I ended up kind of messing up my wrist. They did some janky stuff. I'll go into it later. But I got a doctor's stoppage. It was my first doctor's stoppage in round 3. Faint, hard cross. And then I threw a bunch of other stuff and we clinched up. I threw an elbow. I was trying to get him off me because he was holding on for dear life. Just elbowing him in the side of the head. And then when the ref broke us up, there was blood everywhere and it was his. Story for another time. So that's pretty much the ketchup. No mayonnaise, no mustard. We'll add some condiments in the future when I talk to my buddies, when we record podcasts in the future. We'll see how this one turns out. I've actually recorded a few more podcasts. They're just unreleased for now. We'll see what happens with those. I've recorded them on my phone. But yeah, I just kind of want to get into training tonight. Using this as an opportunity to just kind of like get my thoughts out there. Speak aloud of what I did do today for training. I called it the Warrior Wednesday. This is like the start of one of my pages. I set my intentions at the top. Today I had 3 intentions and they're kind of hefty intentions. If you guys are curious what intentions are and how to set them properly, just let me know somehow, some way. Instagram, Justin the Jag, Facebook. Oh wait, maybe I don't give you guys that. Justin the Jag. Comment on Spotify. That's a thing now. I think I need some water. This is hard. Oh wow. But my 3 intentions today. I wanted to work on my double jab, which I did. I wanted to work on Nico Carrillo. He calls himself Carrillo. Spelled the same way as my name. Carrillo. But he says Carrillo. I worked on his system. He posted a week or so ago. Like to really like focus on getting better during sparring and not just winning the round. First 30 seconds, I get my reads, I use my jab. The next 30 seconds, I use my feints, my single strikes. I kind of feel them out. And then the last minute or 2 minutes, however long the round is, we go to work. We maul, we land our combos, we get out the way, etc., etc. And lastly, my intention, probably the most important one, was just to work my systems. I'm always trying new things, and not really like dialing in my systems sometimes. But there's a time and a place for that. My intentions today are like my system. Actually, I'm not going to give you guys my systems. I don't even care. Okay? You guys can fuss and complain and report me, I guess. I don't know. I don't care. But it went really well. Today, I started my day off with, like, I wake up at 6 a.m. And lucky for me, I'm a personal trainer. I create my own schedule. I woke up at 6 a.m. I spent 10 minutes meditating. Just kind of clearing my mind, getting through whatever funk is in there. Meditation's really interesting. I went to a seminar, so I know all about it. But literally the whole reason I do it is to build my mental power. when your consciousness is weak, your emotions take over. And as a fighter and just an individual who wants to be fucking great, I can't let my emotions win. I really can't. Even if it's 1:56 in the morning. we stay disciplined, man. There's a lot of pollen, hence all the sniffling. I did my 10-minute meditation. I spent 12 minutes on my mobility routine. And then I got 6 rounds in. 3 shadow boxing and 3 on the bag. I worked through our level 1, 2, and 3 shadow boxing. We have level shadow boxing at Rogue. If you're interested in that, let me know. I can always break it down. I'm gonna break it down real quick. Actually, no, there wasn't. I like hitting the bag and I like doing shadow boxing in the morning, like when I first wake up, because it gets my joints loose. It gives me something. It builds little wins, man. That's really number one to me. Like, I want to build so much evidence for myself because I'm fucking great. And mark my words, I'm going to be on the top of the world. I am the king of the world, future king of the world. Currently, not there yet, but we're gonna get there. Watch me. Journey with the Jag. Keep jagging off with me. Hitting the bag early in the morning feels nice. Getting a feel for it. Working on my defense, my movement, my feints, my strikes, my combos. Just hitting things and practicing hitting things. That shit really excites me. As I'm sure if you guys have followed the Jagoff Hour, you already know. Again, if you haven't, what are you doing with your life? Catch up. No, I'm a fighter. I'm a personal trainer. And my goal is to be the king of the world. Take that however you want it. It's inevitable. It's just who I am. And then I had a personal with one of my favorite people in the world, my client Josh. Shout out him. He's a really hard worker. He's done a lot to develop some crazy freaking muscles. He's growing. He's developing. He inspires me a lot. He doesn't know that, but I really appreciate him being in my life. He's a great client. He's a great friend. I always enjoy my sessions. We have 3 sessions a week. And I've been training him for close to a year and a half now. Pretty much after I won my belt. He's a great dude. Again, shout out him. And then after that, I had a session 8:30 to 9:30. Oh my God, I made a huge mess with sourdough today. I figured out I wasn't feeding my sourdough right. I was taking out 50. What if you care? I was taking out 50, and then I was putting in 50 grams of water, 50 grams of flour, which you're only supposed to do on the day you choose to make bread. However, today I decided it was like I was on time. I was going to be early to training and everything. And I took out the discard, the 50 grams, and then I had to put in 4 times as much flour. Like, it's supposed to be a 1:4 ratio, and 4 times as much water. So 200 grams of flour and 200 grams of water. And that did a lot. That was a lot. And I ended up showing up to the gym 8 minutes before my session. And I like to be like 20, 30 minutes early, just so he can have time to warm up. I also had flour all over my pants that I didn't realize until he was like, yeah, I can see you weren't lying. You got flour in your pants. And I was like, oh, because I was wearing black sweats. But besides the point, after that, I lifted weights, built more evidence for myself, Did some crazy cardio rounds. Shout out Monstrositus, Jeff Lee. Great strength and conditioning coach. He's helped level all of us up. He pretty much does our strength and conditioning at Rogue. Even though I'm a coach, it helps to have a coach. Coaches need coaches. If your coach doesn't have a coach, that might be a red flag. Maybe. Just think about it. I lifted weights. I did my sprints. And I felt like I was going to fucking vomit. I got so sick after those sprints, man. I can't leave anything on the table. Not anymore. I have to make statements for myself. I am great. And I don't leave shit on the table, man. When I have opportunities, I make the most of them. Hence the reason, even after that last Jeff fight last year, the same promotion invited me back up. I'm going to be main event for them again. April 25th, about 4.5 weeks out. Very excited for the opportunity. I'm going to do great because that's like me. I'm going to go ahead and hit you guys with my goal statement. Whenever I train, I always fill out my performance journal. But April 25th, I'm calm but sharp. I'm calm but sharp. I'm calm but sharp. I come to hunt. I own the ring. I own the ring. I own the ring. I represent the Southeast as a champ. By the way, I live in the Southeast. That's why I represent the Southeast. I'm confident, composed, and polished. I love the butterflies. That anxious feeling you get, I love that. Before a fight, getting ready for a fight, I love the butterflies. You might be asking why I love the butterflies. The anxious butterflies that appear in your body before anything important, well, they let me know I'm ready. They make me into an apex predator. No diddy? They make me into an apex predator. They make me sharp. They enhance my sight, my reflexes, my senses. They transform me into the Jaguar. They make me into an apex predator. And most importantly, I'm proud of my fucking performance. No matter what happens, I can't control the outcome, but I am proud of my performance. I put too much work into it, man. I love this shit too much. My pig, we always do a pig on Wednesday nights together, and I always do a separate one in my journal. Big P, pig. P stands for positive. Big positive. I followed my intentions. Ooh, no, I stayed intentional. Intentional. And I adapted my intentions to everyone. Because I tried to be way too stiff, tried to just use my jab. I got popped a couple times, but hey, Swimmers get wet. Fighters get hit. um, I improve slash implement. Well, I want to improve on my footwork, adapting to everybody. I want to keep adapting to everyone even earlier, even quicker, even sooner than I did tonight. I guess last night technically. Um, quicker. Getting my reads and my footwork. I made a revelation with footwork. I'll have to save that for another time. So I don't want to get up and do it. But I kind of got to. One of my favorite fighters is Chingiz Alazov. And I've been studying him for years, implementing his stuff for years. And he recently did a YouTube video. He didn't. Bang Tao had him over for a seminar and they recorded parts of it. And they posted it on YouTube for free. So like now I'm starting to like understand his systems behind like his flows and the way he strikes. And I'm leveling up, man. I'll talk about it in the future when I get better at it. I promise. Maybe. You can check it out. It's free on YouTube. Chingiz Alazov Bang Tao Seminar. It's a part 1. There's 2 separate seminars with part 1s. I'll let you figure out which one it is. I want to keep working on that Chingiz Alazov footwork. And what else? There was something else that I wanted to keep working on. Improving. I don't know if you can hear it, but my dog's on the couch back here. He's just snoring away. I guess that's it for improve slash implement. And G, something I'm grateful for. This is deep. This is this deep. That's why I'm thinking about it. What am I grateful for? There's a lot. I'm grateful for my friends, the guys that I train with, the guys that bring me up. Grateful for them. My people. They inspire me to grow. They inspire me to get better. Hell, Deuce has been doing a podcast for a couple months now, and he inspires me to get behind the camera and do my podcast again, jagging off with the people on camera. And then let's go back to what I was doing today. So I did all that. Lifted weights, sprints. And then I kind of took it easy for a little bit. I went home, I did my client check-ins and messaged them and all that fun stuff. And then I did some meal prep. Dude, I made potato pockets. High protein potato pockets. You can Google it. It's freaking amazing. It's kind of hard to make. So be careful. Pay attention. Make sure you spray your hands or wipe them. Cover them in olive oil. And maybe make a little extra potatoes. You'll see what I mean. But they're amazing. You're really good. This is my 4th time making them. 2nd time within a week. The other 2 times were like 8-10 months ago. And I realized I need a meal prep again because I spend way too much time cooking. Oh, I like food. Stop playing with me. One of my best friends used to always say, big boys gotta stay big. And I gotta make weight, but I will make my belly happy. Don't get me wrong. What else? I didn't train again until I went back to the gym. I watched a couple little like YouTube videos, fight clips, fight tips. Not the YouTube channel Fight Tips, but Gabriel Varga, world champion kickboxer, freaking amazing fighter. Posts a lot of good content to YouTube. Shout out him. He's helped me improve my game a lot over the years. Still working on it. um, Gotta write that down. Watch some Varga clips. What did I take away from that though? Oh, so one thing I've done for a long time is like when they throw a jab, I throw a jab back, but I get my head offline, I hit them in the body. So there's misses, it goes by my head, and I hit them in the body. One thing he talked about is like when you do that, you get comfortable with it, and then you add more strikes. So like if I throw the jab to slip their jab, then I follow like uppercut, hook, cross, or like maybe just jab, uppercut, you know? If I go the other way, they throw a cross, I throw a cross, follow with an up. Hiccups. I throw a cross, they throw a cross. And then I follow with a hook. Okay, that's fire. I think that's my biggest takeaway. Slipping to body straight. Play with adding a shot. Another punch. You don't want to get too crazy. Like if I go here, I don't want to get crazy and start throwing hella hands because that's how you get hit. You feel them out, you get a read on them, you see what they're reacting to, and then eventually you can like let it go. Fuck, this is taking a long time. It's 2:13. I'm gonna get like 6.5 hours of sleep, but it's the life I live. I went to all level. Ooh, I showed up to class an hour early. I usually get like a midday training session, but today I did meal prep and some other things, and it took that time, and I didn't want to be super tired before training tonight. So I showed up to the gym an hour early. I bounced with chingy footwork. For fucking 10 minutes. And then I worked. I did like, what is it? 6 rounds of shadow boxing. Just about working through our levels. Nothing super crazy, but super beneficial. I also got in there and I freaking made sure to warm up really well with like my resistance bands. To prevent injuries. I worked on developing my slips. And then we had all levels. We worked on slips. So I got to work on my slips double, even more. Slipping a jab and a cross. Firing if we slip to this side, fire the uppercut. uppercut, kick, or going to this side and throwing the hook and a low. And then we worked our pulls. Either a cross, pulling with a half step, with the cross, and it's like a slip. It's a pull slip, something like that. Or going the other way and repeating that, but with a jab. It's crazy. Check this out. Moving the chair. So like, first things first, gotta get in frame. First things first, work on my jabs. We worked on adding the body shots. When they throw a jab, I slip and I throw that body shot. When they throw a cross, I slip and throw that body shot. And then my friend told me about this system that they went to a gym down in Colombia last Sunday to their comp class, and they were doing. They like throw it, which a lot of people do. Like they throw that jab and then you throw the jab back, and then they come down and up like a shield. Boom, boom, boom. And it like knocks them off balance. My friend did it to me and it freaking like sent me across the mat. And then he chopped a low kick. And it was crazy. I want to work on implementing that, but I'm also working on a lot of different things right now. And for those that don't fight, it's like once you start working something, it's not going to show up in 2, 3, 4 months of drilling it. Maybe 6 if you're lucky, if you drill it a lot. But it takes a while to like for something to show up in a fight. That's why you need to stay consistent. Keep implementing your shit. The pull. So pulling, it's like a pull slip. I take a half step back, gets my head out of range. But then if they throw that jab, I want to be extra sure. I slip with the pull. And then I come back with a hard cross. And obviously, cross, kick, or they throw that cross, whatever is on this side, if it's a southpaw or jab, whatever. And I do the same half step back, just change my range. But then again, like I slip. So I'm here. So it's boom. And then stand like this half step back lets me be nice and long, and then I can shoot like an up jab into a low, or any other kick, whatever. That shit is fire, and I want to keep on working that. I think that'll pay off, pay huge dividends. I fucking love that. And then we worked body flows too. Christian told me about that block. Told me about the Spartan charge. Two. Low kick. I'll show you guys what the journal looks like after this. It's 2:20 now. Nice. Oh no. I think that's it. I think it's all. Well, we also hit pads. My goal was to make myself tired. and I did that. Shout out all my pad holders today. Christian, the black sheep. My dude Jacob, new dad. I told him his bones are getting denser because now he's got that dad strength. That's a real thing. Extra testosterone for free, just because you have a baby. Maybe I should have a No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Knock on wood. Make sure you're good. Tap on glass to save your ass. I'm not ready for it yet. I've got to be great first. Yeah, I'll get into that later. Was there anything that stood out to me in pads? Not really. Round one, shots. Two, single shots. Defense. Round two, jabs and combos. This is our system, so listen up, especially if you're going to fight us one day. Round three, 2 shots and a kick. Power. With power. And then that's pretty much it for all levels. I had a great night at sparring, and you guys, I will continue this, and you guys will most likely see me beat up a couple times, even if I don't have a good day. It's okay, it's the game. Me and all my friends were getting better. In sparring, I had to adjust my strategy, adjust my Nico system, the way I implemented it. I couldn't just stick with a single jab. Can't start slow. Start slow. Maybe using more feints, different single shots instead of just the jab. Okay, I'm gonna make lists with people. What did I do well against Corey? I switched stances well. Oh, I didn't chop his leg. I hunted his body. Gotta get better at my body hooks. That's something I've been working on hard this past year. With hooks and teeps. I hurt bodies with teeps. Or front kicks. I'm like a sniper with my teeps. You'll have to spar or fight me to find out, and I will hurt you. Notoriously. I feinted really well. Changed tempos. Oh, and straights to the body. But he also did just fight last week, so he's a little tired. Shout out Corey, man. He did great last week. He had a great fight. It made my soul very happy. He won a unanimous decision against a tough dude. And he weathered a storm and took every bit of soul that man had. Be surprised if that guy fights again. Yeah. Corey's that guy. Shout out to Ghoul. Corey Ritchie. What else did I do? I timed really great kicks. I had to change the system and use my double jab. Ooh, I used my double jabs really well with him. Changing levels. And feinting. I have to adjust to everybody I fight. That's Corey. I guess I want to go into depth about Christian. Hard fucking rounds, man. He timed me well with, what was it? I think it was a cross. Christian. I misspelled his name. Don't tell him. With Christian, I have to commit. I have to throw more than one. I have to throw in close range. But I have to be smart, man. He times me and he got me good, really good with a cross. That's unacceptable. I did a good job when he fainted. And I attacked and I made him pay. We had a couple rounds that got pretty heated. Not really heated. We were just looking to make the other commit, and then when we did our thing. One thing I did was he's southpaw, so he's standing like this. I couldn't land much at all on him. He's gotten a lot fucking better. He's a nightmare to deal with. Whoever fights him, I will pray for you. Oh. So he stands like this. The best shot I got on him, I made every second of it count. I punched his arm, so I punched this out of the way. And then when I did, I came in with like an uppercut, cross, hook, and I put it on him. Just made sure he knew I don't give up. If I find a window, I will take it. Hit his hand out the way. They've been working on arm punches too, which is fire. Out the way. Capitalized on position. Position. And of course, I timed a lot of good teeps on his feints. I chopped his leg too, but that's nothing crazy. Who else? I had great rounds today. Next, I'll go. What is his name? Charlie, newer guy. Held my ground at points, but I'm not taking shots. Ground. Hurt his body multiple times and dropped him a couple times to the body with hands and teeps. Hands/teeps. And then what else? Used my feints well. And what else? Straights are great. Switch stances. I did that with Christian too, but okay, I'm running low on space. Yeah, I did a pretty good job with Charlie. I'm gonna cut it off there. I could go on. Who else? I'll go ahead and write Josh. Super tall dude. I have to use my 2-3. My cross hook. A lot. He's getting smarter. He's getting better. If you've ever sparred a tall guy, when they're throwing teeps and knees and kicks and using their jab and their uppercuts really well, this shit gets scary. Very scary. He timed me a few times with his uppercut. Caught me with uppercuts. Gotta get better at that. But I caught him in a bunch of flurries. I hurt his body bad with straights. I sat him down a few times to the body. I landed good hooks and good crisp shots overall. I had to throw volume, through lots of volume. Because I have to commit to it. I can't let the tall guy be tall. That's what they want. I closed range really, really well. I punched his arms. I used my overhands. I feinted. I landed to the body. With straights, teeps, hooks. Hooks were hard. Teeps. I used my kicks. And my feints. Alright, so that's most people too. I still have Deuce and RJ. Ron Roberts the Third, Chief Justice. He's been in a couple episodes. Shout out him. He's a really good guy. Ooh, I cut off the ring really well. The ring, he's a smart fighter, so I had to be smart. Fought the urge to rush. Because he sets shit up well. He caught me one time with something, I don't remember what it was. But I also caught him with my switch. My step through. Through. One. Circled him well. Is there anything else from Ron John? I chopped his legs. And then with Deuce, I didn't back down. Down. Stayed sharp. And calm. That was huge. Great clinch exchange. Landed elbows. Ooh, one thing I did that made me really proud is like last week he fucked up my system. It wasn't a bad round. Like we had good rounds last week too. But every time I tried to run our level 3 on him, like level 3 shadow boxing, just using that flow, he chopped my leg. He didn't let me get in rhythm. I did the same shit to him today. I timed his legs. I timed his step. And I mixed up my strikes well. He caught me when I was trying to use a setup I saw earlier where you like fake a low kick and use that like momentum to feint into like a big hook to the body. I got hit a couple times trying that shit. So I gotta work on it more and I gotta watch more videos. Shout out Gabriel Varga. And if you're curious, we're gonna finish up when I get finished with my journal. If you're curious what my journal looks like right now, I'll show you. I've only got one more section. It's the easiest one. Ooh, we gotta write the date. 3. And I gotta send a later text to my client so I can sleep in. this is what it looks like so far. We've got intentions. We've got what I did today. It's all this stuff, all the sparring notes that I've been talking about. And then the pig, the positive, some I can improve on, / what I can do to implement it, and some I'm grateful for. This whole blank spot, which is what I did well today, which is a lot. And then last but not least, down here, I have my goal statement, the one I read out earlier. This is how you spell, kids. This is how you create spells. This is how you manifest. Super analytical. That's me. I use this as a chance to just reinforce my head. What did I do well today? I showed up for myself. Oh, this pen writes so smooth. If you're a pen person, these Sharpie S gels are crazy. I borrowed this from one of my sponsors and close friends. Shout out him for victory. I showed up for myself. I was consistent. I am consistent. I worked on my double jab. I worked / used my double jab to super big effects. Jab. I focused on adapting to the situation. I focused on adapting / learning. I used my feints really well. And of course my fakes. One thing I want to work on is getting better at faking that cross and faking my kicks into strikes. I worked on my systems. I use my systems. I know my range. I use my range. I interrupt. I disrupt rhythms. I'm I think my rhythm's so bad that my specialty in fighting, I don't have necessarily a rhythm, but I'm like a rhythm disruptor. That's how I would describe it. I disrupt rhythms. I chop legs. I time and chop legs. Because when people step in, they shift their weight to their lead foot, and I kick it. I kick it. And I get my head offline. I time / chop legs. What did I just say? I worked my ass off, man. Today I worked really hard. I worked hard. And did my best. I still experiment and try new things. What did I just say? I time and chop legs. What else? Control range. What else? I'm a professional. Today I was a great professional. I shut up early. And did extra. I pushed myself. I'm relentless. You can't stop me. I create angles. I create angles / get offline. Line. I use my eyes and I'm constantly studying and watching. Eyes. I use my eyes / brain. Always watching. Always studying. What else? What else? What else? Ooh, I am confident. I chop leg. Or wait, I change levels. And last but not least, I am great. Come on. And this is what my journal looks like every night I train. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode of my fucking solo Jagoff, the Warrior Wednesday. Wait. The solo Warrior Wednesday, aka the solo Jagoff. Wait. Warrior Wednesday and Jags. I don't know. I'm going to workshop it. Jags solo. The first solo Jagoff on jagging off on camera. Jagging off on camera. / Warrior Wednesday. Come on. Stop playing with me, bro. Check it out on YouTube, Spotify, Google, Amazon, wherever you find your podcast, you should be able to find this. And yeah, thanks for jagging off for a little over an hour. If you guys made it this far, share, download, follow me on Instagram, Justin the Jag. I promise you, I'm gonna be king of the world one day. Watch me do it. And come back next week for another camera jack. To jag off with me on camera. Adios.